So Ruth Ann, as Charlie mentioned, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to walk you through our active intelligence platform. I really just want to focus on showing you how you can use it to improve employee retention across your organization. And I'm going to do this really in three main ways. So the first way is I want to show you how you can use the platform to easily identify groups within your organization where you're having some issues with high turnover. The second way is to actually show you how you can use the platform to predict which of your active employees are likely to want to leave next. And then third, I think it's the most important part, really, so you can take action to address the issue, right? To do something about it. So let's just pretend it is, it's Thursday morning. You walk into the office and you have a Qlik alert in your email inbox. It might look something like this, right? It's telling you that their current quarter turnover rate is 5.3%. Maybe not a super high number, but maybe it's enough to warrant looking into. So what you might do is just say, hey, I want to actually view this in the app. And what's going to happen is Qlik is going to land you into your employee retention app, and you're going to be presented with this kind of an executive level dashboard here, where you can see a few things just off the bat. So again, you can see the current quarter turnover rate at 5.3%. From a geo perspective, you can get an understanding of where turnover is, where you're having some greater issues. From a state perspective, just based on the color of New Jersey, you can see that you've had the greatest amount of turnover here with a little uptick this last quarter. And then you also might notice then, again, even though the turnover rate isn't super high, there's definitely been some trending upwards, some increased turnover activity over the last few quarters. So you might want to zoom into this time period. And then maybe you just want to know, okay, well, which departments are most affected here? And just again, based on the color of the departments, you can quickly see that it looks like training and development have had some issues during this time period. But the one that really sticks out is the process department. So it's a smaller department, but they've actually had the greatest amount of turnover here. So, really in just a few moments, coming in from that alert, now you've already kind of uncovered a few problem areas that you're going to probably want to investigate. Again, you've uncovered a couple quick findings. The natural questions you might have at this point, okay, well, what's really driving this behavior? Why we had this recent uptick in turnover? Is there anything that we can do to get out ahead of it, right? And so fortunately for us, we have a business analyst on our team that took this data and they ran it through Qlik AutoML. So without any kind of coding or scripting or anything like that, they were able to really on the fly develop a machine learning model that they could use to actually predict which of the active employees are likely to want to leave next. So super powerful. And what we're able to do, and this is really cool, is actually bring that predictive data and merge it back into the app that I'm showing you. And if I flip over here to this next view, I want to show you how you can actually easily integrate those predictive results into your analysis. So, I might ask, okay, well, what's flight risk percentage by department? So in other words, I want to know, okay, well, looking ahead, what are the most vulnerable departments in terms of people that are looking to leave? You can see that what Qlik has done is on the fly, it's generated this nice looking bar chart. It's telling me that the strategy department is actually the number one kind of most vulnerable department as far as that's concerned, followed by the process department, which probably isn't too surprising based on what we've already observed. And so what I might want to do is just, simply add this to my analysis and come over here, and maybe I just want to make a quick adjustment on this chart. And maybe I start thinking to myself, okay, well, historically, maybe we had a lot of turnover issues in our IT organization. And I just want to know, okay, how does a predictive model kind of account for that? So what I can do is I can actually just come up here to my smart search and just really type the terms that have to do with this thought that came to mind. So I'll type in IT, and then I'm particularly interested in anyone that has been tagged as a flight risk. So what Qlik is doing behind the scenes is actually searching across all of the data in my app, including this new predictive data that we've brought in and merged into our analysis here. And if I just pick this top recommendation, now all of a sudden everything is going to reorient to giving me information about employee turnover specifically for the IT organization. So for instance, I can see that the database administrators, this particular group, is apparently most vulnerable to people leaving. I can also see down below here, this is the thing that really sticks out and I think is really powerful, is that you have these prediction drivers, and there's this days since vacation. This particular driver is really sticking out. And what this is telling me is that, maybe I think about it, our IT organization is typically overworked. So, this is, maybe it's a very easily addressable item, right? So we can just tell leadership, hey, make sure your employees are going to the beach, they're having fun and taking some vacation, right? So that just really jumps out to me. And now next up, maybe what I want to do is just zoom into these employees that have been deemed highly probable to potentially take off. And then what I can do is I can actually even get details on each of these employees that you can see here. I can see the flight risk percentage for each one of them. And so what I can also do, and we were talking about alerts before, is I can actually create an alert here. You can see I've already created one called flight risk, where when the probability of someone taking off reaches actually a certain threshold, I'm going to get an alert just like the one that I showed you right at the beginning. So it's really, it's taking that alert I showed you at the beginning really to a whole new level, right? Because now we're getting alert based on predictions, looking out ahead in the future. So it's kind of almost a next level type of analysis. So you can be a lot more proactive. Speaking or staying on the theme of being proactive, you notice there's this notify management button here. I'm gonna go ahead and select this button. And what this is gonna do is actually behind the scenes, it's gonna kick off a Qlik automation. It's going to send information on these particular employees that I just selected over to management via Microsoft Teams. Again, by the way, this whole automation, there's no coding or scripting or anything like that. It's all kind of created through a GUI experience. But anyway, if I jump over to Teams, you can see I've got this alert that just showed up here. It says 10:45. You currently have 18 employees with a high turnover probability. And it's actually assigned someone named Reggie Lewis to take a look at this. What's great is that Reggie can actually just click on this link, and he can it'll take him back to the app, and he can actually use those predictive drivers that I was showing you before to really inform the conversation that he has with each of these employees. Because he's going to know, okay, based on this particular person, these are the things that might cause them to want to leave. So he can have a much more informed conversation. And so you can even set a due date and say, hey, Reggie, I want you to take care of this by, August 19th, and leave a comment, things like that.